Have you ever wondered if you've lived other lives before this one? Do you think it's possible to have lived on another star system, or even been a member of a galactic ship? Many of us have different gifts or proclivities than our family members. Where do you suppose these came from? Today I'll be sharing another fascinating QHHT session with you, which for me answered all these questions. When a person embarks on a quantum healing hypnosis session, they're guided to the deepest level of consciousness they can go before falling asleep. Here, their imagination provides the images and inner sensing that comes from the subconscious realm as it connects with the quantum realm, which is where all our memories are stored and can be accessed. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. The hypnotherapist doesn't lead the client anywhere. Instead, the client's higher self will take them to the most appropriate time and place to gain clarity and insight into their lives now. This is where my higher self led me.
It's not just one disc, it's bigger, like a mothership.
It's a big mothership.
Yeah. I have a sense of myself as a female.
Okay, you feel like a female.
I feel like a female.
That's what I was going to ask next.
But I'm kind of austere.
Okay.
And I don't really have a sense of how I look other than I think I have broad shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Tall. Yeah, sort of military stance.
Okay.
Kind of a, like a mesh biosuit. Dark gray, sort of a gray blue.
Okay.
Dark gray blue. And there's plating on the chest area.
Okay.
But it's like a breathable mesh on the arms. And it's sort of secured by some plating on the elbows, like elbow pads.
Okay.
Sort of like armor. It's like mesh and
So,
armor combined.
do you get the sense that this suit is for protection, or is it a uniform?
Well, it's a uniform, but it also serves, it's very ergonomic, and it helps me function in many different atmospheres as required. It's very biologically connected to my consciousness.
So it's tailored to you specifically.
Yes.
And it functions in many ways, so it's very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're exploring the ship, do you see anybody else around now?
Yes, there are beings in these service pods. It feels like I'm in charge of something.
Okay.
Just checking stations, making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
I feel like I'm the intuition of the ship.
You're the intuition of the ship.
Yes. I'm not so much of a manager as I am tuning in to everybody and making sure everybody's regulated and getting a sense of where we need to be. So I'm consulting with the captain, the commander.
Okay. What does a commander look like? Can you see now that you're speaking to him?
Commander is humanoid.
Humanoid?
Very angular features.
Okay. Continue.
Deep set eyes. And they're very blue.
Very blue eyes.
Uh-huh.
And where does this commander relate to you?
He's asking me, consulting with me. He wants my opinion on where we're going.
Okay. And what are you telling him?
Well, we're already there. We're already looking at this planetary system, and we're intuiting what the people, civilization on this planet, in the state that they're in, what they may be needing, and how we may approach them in a way that's going to be most useful to them.
Okay.
And it is my job to take a pulse, sort of a pulse of an energetic pulse of the people.
That makes sense.
To know what they're ready for, to know what they're needing in their development, in their evolutionary development. It is my job to assess where they are. And so he consults with me.
And what is needed?
And I tell him what I think.
You're female.
I'm humanoid, and I also have sharp features, and piercing eyes, and I think my eyes are green.
Okay.
I think that my hair is like a rose gold.
Okay.
Rose gold, and very tall in stature.
Very tall in stature.
Like I guess you could call it like sort of like an Amazon.
What are you picking up now that you're examining this place?
This is a primitive culture.
Okay.
It might even be Earth.
Okay.
It might even be Earth, but it's like that. It's like
Part.
it's Earth-like planet that is just starting out with more of a baseline
They're down
culture of people who have yet to really
evolutionize.
they're the beginning stages of their evolution. They're newbies. They're
Okay.
just starting out. They're like the children. They're in the childlike stage. And much like Earth,
Okay.
we are looking at whether it's appropriate to connect or not at this time.
And what are you picking up? Is it the correct time?
We're gonna wait and we're gonna observe.
We need to see more, feel more.
Yeah, we'll have a sense of if it's appropriate. If it's appropriate, it's how they're to see how they're doing on their own. If it's appropriate to intervene at this point, or if they're gonna be what they need.
And I want you to go to an important day in the life of this woman. Be there now.
Looks like we're getting ready to do an awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we might be sending a pod, scientists, to the surface of the planet. It looks like there might be some interference, maybe from other beings who do not have a benevolent agenda.
Okay.
And we're going to go and see if we can assist. I'm not sure what we could do though, because the primary directive is to not interfere. So we're just watching a little from a closer perspective.
Okay.
We just want to make sure that these beings are not negatively infiltrated.
Okay. And when we go down and explore, we're now getting off the pods. Are you accompanying the scientists?
Yes.
Okay. We're traveling in the pods and we're getting to the surface of the planet. What are you picking up on? You're very intuitive. These answers just come to you.
It looks like there's some commotion
Okay.
taking place amongst the people. They're like tribal people.
Okay. What's happening?
They're fighting with some other beings.
And who are these other beings?
They want to dominate these innocent people.
Can you get a sense of what they look like?
Right now they just look dark.
Okay. What do the tribal people look like?
They look like humanoids wearing skins and cloth. Primitive looking people.
So there's chaos.
Yeah.
And where are you watching this from? From afar or?
Well, we're cloaked in our vessel.
Okay.
And we're looking for try to figure out what the best maneuver is. I think we've decided that we need to go in and cause a distraction.
And how are you going to do that?
And we don't want to hurt anybody, so we're shooting off weaponry into the sky to create
diversion.
And we're just staying cloaked. We really don't want to create. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves. We don't want these people to be hurt.
So how is it that these other beings are trying to attack them?
They want to take them and use them for human trade.
human trade.
So they are looking at these people
Mm-hmm.
as a resource for trade and market.
Okay, like black market.
Yeah.
They just want to take the people.
Want the people. They want to use the people
For
slave trade.
And you said you're coming from somewhere. Can you hear your name or have a knowing of where you're coming from?
Where we originate?
Yes. From?
We're Arcturians.
Arcturians, okay.
I just have a sense that we keep an eye on these young civilizations, and we watched until the civilizations are ready to receive assistance for their next step.
They're too primitive.
Yes, they're still learning how to grapple with being in a body, just with. We have others on our radar as well. It's not just this one civilization.
So now that you saw that these beings are too primitive, and this other beings want to get to them, you just allow it to happen?
No, we distract them.
You did distract them?
We create diversions, and we assist where we can without
interfering,
without creating karma ourselves.
Okay, well, why don't we go to another special moment of this woman's life? You could choose it, whatever you want it to be.
Feels like we've arrived on the surface of a planet that is suitably grown to where we could come in and have a meeting with the elders of this planet.
Okay, what do they look like?
To help them. They are seeking our guidance.
They've been calling out to you?
Yes, they've been asking for our help to move them into the next stage, and we are prepared to provide for them certain technology that will enable them to live a better life.
To progress a little faster?
Yes.
Okay.
They are ready, and they are conscious enough and aware enough to ask, which is important, that they seek it out, as they know in themselves they've reached a point in their self-awareness that they know that there is more, that they know that they're part of something bigger, and so in that realization they come to ask for more of that to come.
That consciousness.
Yes, the consciousness has to be big enough to meet us where we are, so that we can come in and create that bond with them.
Okay.
And it's a very special time. It's a very special time, knowing that they are ready, and that we are them,
Mm-hmm.
and they are us, and that we are one, and it's more of a transference of energy than anything else. We're speaking to them telepathically.
Okay. Can you get a sense of how these beings look?
They're human.
They're human?
Yes.
On Earth or another planet?
It feels like Earth.
Okay.
Certainly Earth-like, but it feels like it could be Earth.
Okay.
It feels like they're ready to talk with us at a level that we could understand, even though we don't necessarily speak the same languages.
Mm-hmm.
Telepathically we can communicate.
Okay.
And provide them with the knowing and the connections in their DNA to enable them to put the pieces together to understand the wisdom transference.
Okay.
Transference of wisdom.
And why is this such a special day for you? Why is it
Because we are so happy that this is like a birthday.
Okay.
For these people.
It's a celebration.
It is a birthday for these people. They are opening their eyes to be able to bring us in, and we're so happy to finally get to meet them face to face, that they are ready. And they are us, and we are them. And so with doing this connection with them, it adds to our galactic community. They can be of more service now to the one.
So how does this meeting go well? How does these beings absorb this energy of wisdom, this knowledge?
Well, I think what happened first was it happened more as a telepathic communication rather than a physical one. First.
Okay.
It started that way. We started talking to them telepathically, delivering and downloading messages to them.
All right.
So then I took that. That was a first stage. We were able to lower our frequency through our biosuits.
Okay.
Our biosuits can create a protection around us and regulates the frequency so that we can become visible to these people because they are at a lower frequency than us.
Mm-hmm.
So by doing so, we can be visible, and so we appear to them
Mm-hmm.
as light.
As light beings.
As light beings. We appear like light beings, and so they may misinterpret us as gods, but we don't see ourselves as gods. We don't see ourselves as more than them.
Just a different stage.
Just a different stage of development.
Okay.
So stage by stage, gradually, we can be present in their civilization and assist in the wisdom.
So now that we've been to this very special day, I like to take this woman to her very last day as a
Galactic Emissary.
Galactic Emissary. That's a good word for her. Tell me, what is happening to her?
It's close to feeling like betrayal. I see it as misguided action from this being, this lower density being who has managed to penetrate my light in a violent way.
So you
Through
feel
misunderstanding and misguidance, as I see it. Way of looking at what is going on this planet, and they are of a much lower vibrational frequency, and they're coming from a place of fear and lack, and they see me as somehow getting in the way, interfering with their having what they feel they need.
with their own plans.
With their own plans.
So they feel, you're getting the sense.
They feel threatened by me.
Okay.
Because of their misperception of who I am and what my intentions are. So I am murdered.
So they murdered you. You're getting a clear picture of what happened to you. You just know
I just know that's what happened. I don't
They
know
murdered
exactly
you.
how yet, or how it transpired per se.
Okay.
My presence, the presence of people like me, the people that I am from, the place that I'm from,
Arturians.
are being perceived as a threat.
By who?
To those who seek to gain power for themselves.
Okay.
They are seeking their own power and agenda and control. And what I want is for equanimity for all beings.
Mm-hmm.
For all of us are sovereign and powerful. But that this is not in accordance with this lower energy vibration of these people, so these people are threatened by us.
Okay.
And
they
I am a representative of that which they are fear. They're afraid of.
And they get rid of you?
And so they find a way to.
And how do you feel about what happened with the little bits that you
I feel sad because they have incurred karma, and I think I developed a chink in my chain, in my spiritual chain in some way.
Well, we try to understand this woman's journey as a galactic emissary. Just trying to look for what's best for new and available civilizations to be able to take the next step in their consciousness, awareness.
I learned in the next part of the session with my higher self that the time period I was living in was ancient Egypt, when civilization was just getting started after the fall of Atlantis. It's a haunting memory, one that has inspired my graphic novel, The Initiate. If you'd like to learn more about quantum healing hypnosis technique, or would like to book a 4-hour quantum hypnosis session with me, please contact me through my website. I also have information in a gallery of my digital graphic novel there, which also deals in past life regression. Thank you for joining me today. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments about QHHT or anything you have on your mind. I'd love to hear from you.